Hey guys, welcome back to another special episode of Doc Lale Talks Comics, and tonight we're going to talk about the first episode of The Sandman from Netflix. I think I've talked about this a little bit before, but I'm going to try to go a little more in depth on it this time. It's a really, really excellent adaptation of the comics. If you've never read the first volume of Sandman by Neil Gaiman, do yourself a favor. Stop this video, go on to Kindle or Comixology or whatever, and go see if you can find the first volume relatively cheaply. Because even though the Sam Keith artwork didn't seem to fit the title, Keith even said so himself, and that's why he left the title after, I believe, the fourth issue, leaving Mike Dringenberg to do 5, 6, 7, and 8. Then come back and watch this video, and you'll see that it's a very faithful adaptation of what happened in that first issue. That first issue showed Morpheus being captured by someone calling himself the Magus, Roderick. And the purpose of this was to bring his son back. His son had been lost in the war, World War I, to be specific. And he wanted his son back. It's a very noble request, if not quite done in a noble way. He wanted to capture, using magic, death, and trap death to get what he wanted for his own nefarious purposes. And he doesn't capture death. Instead, he finds Dream. Dream of the Endless. One of 7 powerful brothers and sisters that are more like gods than anything else. But at the same time, Dream is very standoffish. He's not open like a lot of his brothers and sisters are. He prefers to spend time in his realm, the dreaming, and be with Lucian, who is his librarian. Cain and Abel reside in the dreaming. He prefers to deal with them. And then at night, he'll go out and help those people find their dreams. People who are struggling, people who wish for things that once they get them, they don't know what they ask for. So Sandman is not, and I repeat, not a superhero type of book, nor is it a superhero type of show. It's not like The Boys, it's not like Invincible, it's not like the Superman movies or the DCU movies or the Marvel movies. Instead, Dream is quite a different character. He's introspective, he's quiet, he's thoughtful, he's moody, he's brooding. He is a lot of different emotions wrapped into one being, one form. And as it comes to show later in the show, to be his undoing, he's rather unmalleable. And he does what he thinks is best. Even if everybody from the sides, both teams, are shouting at him, don't do this. If it's what he chooses to do, that's the path that he's going to take. He does not always simply choose the path of least resistance, but instead he chooses a path that makes sense to him. And you can ask my wife, she and I have had a lot of scraps over the years about me being somewhat unmovable. when I know something, and it's a character flaw, because a lot of times I can't describe or elucidate what I'm trying to defend. But being hard-headed sometimes has its disadvantages, because it seems as though you're willing to take on every fight. You know, as you get older, you realize that you don't have the energy to take on every fight that you think that you should. Small things kind of go by the wayside as you tend to get older, because it's not worth fighting over every single time. But like I said, as a character flaw, Dream and I share that. Sometimes you bang your head against a wall, and then you come back and you say, why? Why did I do that? Why was that so important for me to win this particular argument? It's like a video I saw last night on YouTube. It's one of those car crash compilation things. And it said, you know, bro just had to win that argument. And so it's two Chevy Silverados, and they're both trying to merge into the same lane. One I think is a 1500, so it's a half ton. Another one is a 3500, so a big boy. Big boy wins. And then he goes blowing past the dash camera. And then here comes the blue Silverado blowing past the dash camera as well. And like the video said, bro had to win that argument. So he comes flying up on the back of the white 3500. The 3500 jukes just a little bit to the left. He has to juke a lot more to the left. So the next thing you see is the blue car having to slam on his brakes and skid, and he ends up skidding all the way three or four lanes across the interstate. And the point is, he crashed his vehicle just to be right. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to destroy your own property, your own sanity, your own happiness in order to win every argument. But anyway, to get back to the show, Tom Sturridge really embodies as far as human, can possibly humankind be. Dream, as you see him in the comics. It's a one-to-one. You don't have to sit there and say, I bet that, you could have had Bobby De Niro, or you could have had this guy, or you could have had this guy. No, they got the perfect guy to be Dream. I mean perfect guy. So, trying to learn from my mistake the last time. Move it from time to time so that it doesn't time out. But here you see Dream is captured by the Magus. And he's held for 100 years almost. 70 years he's trapped. And even though 70 years to a member of the Endless who live, forever. They're part of the tapestry of the universe. 70 years is 70 years. It's like a maddening itch that happens when you get a cast and you can't scratch it because you can't break the cast open. So what are you going to do? After a while, even somebody with the intelligence, the power, and all of the gifts that Dream has been bestowed with, everybody gets bored. The road trip eventually gets too long. So, in the end, you see him escape. I'm not going to give away how it is, just in case you haven't read the book. But you do get to see him escape at the end of the episode, and he returns to the dreaming. And it's not in good shape. Imagine being a dictator at the beginning of World War II. And imagine being transported away from your country while it's being bombed by the U.S., by the Japanese, by the Germans. Let's just say that your country is the one that started the whole stink this time. And imagine somehow you're the dictator of this country, but you get whisked away for the, say, 6 years that it takes this world war to be finished and complete. And then you come back and you have no kingdom to rule. You kind of Thanos snap out at the beginning of the war after you've started all of the foolishness, and then you don't return, cannot return physically until the end of the foolishness. And you come back and you've got nothing. It's a ruin. It's a smoldering ruin of something that used to be beautiful. That's what Dream encounters when he comes back. He says, what has happened to the dreaming? And Lucian, his librarian, she says, my lord, you were gone for so long that a lot of your creations abandoned the dream. Some went off in search of you. Others just kind of faded away out of existence. Because much like a Green Lantern ring, Dream can conjure things. He can destroy those same things. But at the end of the day, without someone dreaming about something, whether it be the dream of the Golden Gate Bridge, Zeppelins, not Led Zeppelin, although that's a good dream too, but to dream about magnificent things, things that are bigger than you and I, or even to dream of a house for you and your family, and you have this perfect idea of what this house should look like. Well, if you die, if you go away to war and you die, that dream dies with you. It's kind of like I saw the other day on social media again that there was a car, like a classic Chevelle, sitting in somebody's front yard. And this kid was working on it, and he was 18. He went off to the Army, and then the next slide, when you move the slide of pictures, he never came home. And that car sat there. And you can watch the parents get older. You can watch the house around in front of the car deteriorate. And in the last picture, you just see the car with grass all grown up around it. And the house is a ruin. Parents are dead. They didn't have the heart to touch that car after their boy went off to war and he never came home. So that dream of that car, that dream of restoring that car and protecting it and waxing it and washing it and driving the living hell out of it, it all died with him. And that's what I think is the most interesting part, both of the book and of the TV show, is the fact that Morpheus, the Sandman, is the Lord of Dreams. And even he can shed a tear occasionally when something goes awry. And the weight of carrying everybody's dreams, it's not just dreams, it's goals, it's aspirations, it's everything you want your life to be. The weight of that can wear even the strongest of us down after carrying it for so long. So I know that I've kind of gotten away from talking about the TV show itself, but I want you to see the bigger picture of what the TV show is talking about. It's talking about reality mixed with the dreams and the power of dreams and what they can do or what they can't do for us while we're here on earth. It's one man eventually making changes to himself. It's a journey. So if you like that sort of thing, then check it out on Netflix. It's only 2 seasons long. Unfortunately, he got caught up in the Neil Gaiman scandal that seems to now not be a scandal, although a lot of things that have come out still make you shake your head and make you look at Neil differently. So If you choose to check it out, then just understand who the creator is and the baggage that comes with that. But if you want to go and see a character in his purest form, trying to make the world a better place, trying to help his brothers and his sisters, then the Sandman is definitely going to be a show for you. So, thanks for watching, guys. This was a quick overview and broader discussion of Sandman. I'll probably do these in this format, to be honest, as I watch these episodes. It won't be directly a this happens, then this happens, then this happens, then this happens, and then boom, end credits. It won't be that kind of review. Instead, I want you to get the bigger picture as I got it. And then go back and read the books, or read the books first. Like I said, pause the video and then read the book and then come back and watch this video. See if you agree with my opinions. See if you disagree with my opinions. I'm not, I'm not up on cloud nine. I'm not any more special than any of the rest of you. I just have my own opinions. And so come back and let me know in the comments if you watched this, if you read the books, what are the differences in your opinion between the books and the comics? I mean, the books and the show. And let's have a conversation, guys, because I think this is one of those evergreen series, like Alan Moore's Swamp Thing, Watchmen, Miracle Man, V for Vendetta. All I've said is Alan Moore so far, right? Dark Knight Returns by Frank Miller, Concrete by Paul Chadwick, and so many more that are evergreen titles that you can go back and reread over and over and get something different from them every single time that you read them. But anyway, guys, I think I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching this video. And if you like this kind of content, I've got a lot of comic content. I've got some TV and movie content. I used to do videos every Friday about what new movies were coming out, but most of my other videos got about 20 to 30 to 40 to 50 views, and those usually got about 3. So after about 7 or 8 months, I just let that go. But I still want to talk about comic-centric things that we might be interested in as overall nerd culture. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I've got a lot more great content coming up, including my weekly comic haul on Wednesday, and then we'll see where we go for the rest of the week. Take care, guys. Have a wonderful night.